Hello everyone, welcome back to the G Cloud Up. If you are planning to preparing for a Salesforce interview as a fresher or as an experienced developer, this video is for you. Today we will cover 10 important Salesforce interview questions that are frequently asked in the real-time interview, along with this simple explanation and real-world example. So let's go one by one. First question: what is difference between with sharing and without sharing? The with sharing keyword imposes Salesforce record level sharing rule. That means user can only access record they are allowed to see. On the other hand, without sharing ignores sharing rules, but it doesn't not bypass object level or field level security. Real world example. So if suppose you are building a recruitment application, in that recruitment should only see candidate assigned to them. In this case, using with sharing ensure proper security. Second question: when would you choose flow over Apex? Choose flow over Apex whenever the requirement can be solved using the declarative automation, and you can choose Apex when you need a complex business logic, external integration, recursion handling, or governor limit optimization. So in that case, you can go with the Apex. So example, automatically creating or onboarding task when an opportunity become close on can easily be handled using the flow. But if you need to integrate with the external ERP system or implement advanced logic, in that case you need to go with Apex, because Apex is better choice for that one. So question 3: how does parent-child communication work in Lightning Web component? There are some different methods. Most probably there are 3 methods. One is from parent to child communication. That one we @API property or method. Second one, from child to parent. Use for that communication we can use custom event. And third one is nothing but for unrelated component. So that unrelated component communication we can use with the help, we can do with the help of Lightning Message Service. That is nothing but the LMS. For example, when a user select an account, the contact component refresh automatically through the component communication. So that one we can do it with the help of @API decorator or property. So let's see next question: how do you secure REST integration? So Salesforce provide multiple secure options. That is nothing but name credential, Auth 2.0, external credential. Most important, never hardcode username, password, or access token inside Apex code. So example, if Salesforce connect to the ERP system for voice invoice creation, so in that case authentication should always be managed using the name credential and auth. So that can be secured, more secured integration. So next question: how do you optimize SQL queries? So always good to have optimize the SQL. That will improve the performance and avoid the governor limits as well in a Salesforce. So for that, best practice is use selective filter in a query. Also, while querying you can use index field. While querying we can use limit clause wherever it is possible. Also we can avoid SQL inside the loop, or also we can use relationship query to get the related object record. So for example, if you want query every account and also retrieve only a active account with the recent opportunity, so in that case you can have filter is active equal to true, and a recent created opportunity you can add it like date format, recently created opportunities. So next question: how do you prevent trigger recursion? So trigger recursion happen when a trigger repeatedly updated the same records. So preventing to that one, we can use trigger handler framework. Also we can maintain one trigger per object, and use static boolean variable set or maps in that trigger methods, so it can avoid the recursion. And also use static variable to check that variable is updated as true or false before calling the updated method. So that one we can use and we can avoid the trigger recursion. So next question is, what is difference between the profile and permission sets? So this is most commonly asked question for freshers, even if for our experience also it is from interviewer side. So a profile is nothing but user baseline permission. So it provides the permissions to the user at the baseline level, and on top of that, if we want additional access, in that case we can use the permission set. So we can have multiple permission set on user, but we can have only one profile on the user. So in that case, user can have only one profile but multiple permission set. For example, suppose a finance user temporarily needs access to specific application. Instead of changing the profile, simply assign a permission set and remove it later. So with the help of that permission set, we can give the add-on access to that finance user. So next question, what happens if the CPU time limit is exceeded? So in that case, if Apex execution exceed the CPU limit, in that case Salesforce throw a CPU time limit exceeded exception and the entire transaction is getting rolled back. To avoid that one, we need to optimize our code, reduce nested loop queries. Also we can bulkify our code class level logic. Also we can use queuable or batch class for heavy processing. So it will run that code quickly and faster, so we can avoid that CPU time limit error. So for example, if you want to processing with thousands of record inside the multiple nested loop, can easily exceed the CPU time limit. To avoiding that, we can bulkify our code and we can avoid the multiple nested loop there with the help of like set map, that one. Next commonly asked question is, how do you unify customer data? So this question is related to Salesforce Data Cloud mostly. Customer data is unified throughout 4 major steps. That is, first, identify resolution combines record for multiple systems. Second one, data stream bring data from CRM, marketing or external platform. Third one, calculate insight, generate AI driven analytics. And finally, activation target, send unified customer profile to different business system. So here example we can have like a company can combine CRM, e-commerce and marketing data into one complete 360-degree customer profile. So there we can manage all the customer data, and that is unified. And last and most important question, that is related to Apex test class. So how do you write a good test class? So to write the good test class, we need to follow some steps. That is nothing but cover positive and negative both scenario. We can have test bulk data. So with the help of that bulk data, we can test actual functionality and we can add it in test class. Also validates the security. Also use meaningful assertion statement. So it will check the return types of all the methods, and we can have like meaningful assertion statement in a test class. Also avoid using the see all data equals true. So it will not take data from the org itself. We can create a test data record inside the test class only. And for example, if you want to create your own test data, execute the business logics, verify the expected results, and ensure code coverage is good. So those were the top 10 Salesforce interview questions. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel for more updates.